Back with another video. Before we get started here, let's cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer? Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on a black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. Dark horse in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
What's up, guys? Let me make sure my mic is good here. Yes, I had the wrong mic settings. And for whatever reason today, I was playing with this good. So that's just what we're dealing with right now, y'all. All right. So yeah, what's up, guys? Happy Saturday. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Audio's good now. So yeah, let's get this going here. Let me share the screen. Boom, boom, boom. So Coinbase Layer 2 base launching soon. Okay. How can we profit? And something else to note. Okay. It's telling me to do it twice. I guess I'll do it twice. Here. Okay. So Coinbase ETF, or I'm sorry, excuse me, ETH ETF is coming to 11 applications filed. What does that mean? Okay. So let's see who we got in the house here. What's up, Heavy Productions? Appreciate you. What's up, Riviera Group? Let's get it. What's up, Chris PW? CPW present. What's up? What's up, Cryptwork? What's up, Italia Grape? Let's get it going here, y'all. Now, one video I kind of want to break down. A lot of people posted in the Telegram here. And shout out to the Telegram. Everybody's active in the Telegram. We have a nice group here. It's completely free. Wonderful, wonderful people in the Telegram sharing information, building together. Why take the crypto world on alone when you can take it on together with like-minded people thinking like you are, sharing information? Come on over to Telegram, completely free. And if you want to take that to a notch up, we got the Patreon, less than a cup of coffee for a weekly watch list. So weekly watch list, you're getting 4 lists for 4 months, four lists a month for less than a cup of coffee. Great deal. So yeah, let's get into it. Before we check out what Paul Barron has to say, I love Paul Barron's channel. Definitely check it out. We're using this fair use. Let's get into Coinbase sets public launch of Layer 2 base for next week. How can we profit from this? Okay, so let's just take a look at the details here. So Coinbase, the biggest publicly traded U.S. crypto exchange, and this is coming from CoinDesk. Feel free to check it out on your own if you want to. Announced that Base is Layer 2 built with Mechanism's OP stack will be open to the public on August 9th. Okay. Base went live for developers in July, so they could test applications. Excuse me. Starting Thursday, users will be able to bridge their ETH to Base. Coinbase wrote in a blog post. Okay. Something else to note, following all the way down here in the article, says, like Coinbase, venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, which is also known as A16Z or A16Z, has also made use of the OP stack and will come out with its own Layer 2 rollup called Magi. Okay, so stay tuned for Magi as well. Okay, so you'll soon be able to bridge your ETH um, over to this network. As a matter of fact, some people have already done so. It says over 68 million worth of Ether was bridged to this network last weekend, um, citing blockchain data from Dune. Dune's a really good site. Shows you tons and tons of information. So yeah, so people have already started to bridge over. Yeah, and for me, and again, we'll get to questions here at the end. If you have a question, please post it in the chat and we'll definitely get to it. What's the best way we can make money here? Okay. So obviously you can probably bridge your stuff to Base, start playing with their network, and maybe eventually Base comes out with some sort of coin and you're getting ready for like a possible airdrop if that happens, right? But I guess the three biggest plays to me would be Optimism, Ethereum, and Coinbase itself, right? So for me, I think the best plays out of this would be Ethereum and Coinbase. And here's my logic on that. Coinbase, we already know. We spoke on it before. Coinbase is going to house the BlackRock ETF. That's going to be put on Coinbase's coffers. So we spoke on that in various shows. Come on over to the channel here, www.darkhorse.com. Darkhorse.com, where that will take you straight to the channel where you can like and subscribe. You can also find me youtube.com at BlackRoo. Will take you directly to the site as well. So somewhere along the line in some of the shows here, we spoke on how BlackRock and Coinbase are connected, right? So just given the fact that Coinbase is going to have BlackRock's money for their ETF on there, they're going to be crazy, crazy, crazy when it comes up to this next bull run. People are going to start using their Coinbase wallets and stuff more. Coinbase, again, seems like the better play to me than Optimism at that point. Ethereum, we know what Ethereum is. It's like kind of the infrastructure, if you will, to these layer twos. And again, we've been over how the BIS is allowing for the purchase of crypto for central banks coming up in 2025. And you can see here, last bull market, Ethereum was close to $5,000, sitting here at 1832. We got a good, what is that? Like a good 3x possible here. And again, if you think like central banks are going to buy this and it's going to be like a reserve type of thing that this is store value like gold or silver, we can definitely think it pops this top next bull run, right? So to me, I'd rather have the Ethereum and the Coinbase than the Optimism, even given the fact that Optimism is also going to house Andreessen Horowitz's Layer 2 Magi. So possibly we see Optimism break this top of $3 with all of those things being on this network. But the thing that worries me here is if we look at the market cap, you see that it's already like 1.19 billion essentially, right? But fully diluted market cap is 7.1 billion. So there's a lot more out there that they can dilute, that the people that hold this can dilute on us. Okay. That's kind of a gift and a curse. Like they can dilute it on us, but given where optimism is right now, its first place is probably going to go up before it dilutes on us, right? It seems like it's kind of settled through where it's like pretty much going to be higher than $1 from here on out, right? Because we're on the all chart. So maybe there's a play in the short term for optimism, since it's going to have base and magi on it. But just keep in mind, there's like almost what 5 or 6 times tokens out there waiting to be diluted on you. Okay, so just really keep that in mind. So let's see what we got in the comments here before we move on to or let's see who we got in the house before we move on to Paul Barron's video here. You know what, Chris PW, we do have a Discord. It's just for patrons, but it is a lot to keep up with the Discord and the Telegram. You know what? I really do need to get that Discord running though, man. So maybe I just get a moderator. E, shout out to E. I don't know if he's in the chat here, but E has been moderating the Telegram for us. Been doing a good job. But yeah, we got to get that Discord up and running. What's up, Courtney Johnson? What's up, HBCU Maker? What's up, Natish? Okay, got you, bro. All right then. What's up, Rob? Rob coming over from the One-on-One podcast. Appreciate you, brother. Great stuff on the One-on-One podcast, guys. If you're into the conspiracy, quote unquote, I don't shy away from that word. I like it a lot. A lot of things that people would think are conspiracy are actually they're just true. So yeah, let's get back into it here. Let's pull up some of the stuff that Paul Barron's talking about here, right? Definitely go check this out on Paul's channel. I definitely like what Paul brings. He really doesn't chill. He just gives you the information. He does let you know when he's doing promotions and stuff like that, but really he just lays out the information for you. It's not like he's saying, okay, go out here and buy go out here and buy like baby Doge Optimism Inu. You know what I mean? He really gives you great information. Former tech guy. I think he worked at Microsoft when Microsoft was coming up. So yeah, very knowledgeable dude. So what we're gonna pick up here is Jack Dorsey scolding Coinbase. Okay, so let me make sure my volume is up. Okay, let's get into it.
Because this starts to move Coinbase, I won't say in a new direction, but it starts to identify their future and what that might look like. Further into tweets right here, here's Jack Dorsey, and this is kind of where it gets a little interesting. Jack asks Brian Armstrong, why do you continue to ignore Bitcoin and Lightning? What crypto is a better money transmission protocol and why? Now, Brian kind of responds to this a little bit. We'll go to this next.
Okay, we got to get a little bit faster here. I didn't know. I think it's on normal. I'd never watch anything in normal. So we're going to do this on 1.5 times speed here. This next bit is kind of crucial too, I believe. Let's let this play. It's not going to be too long here.
Next clip, let you guys listen in.
Just thinking, the layer 2 solutions have been around, now I think Lightning was started back in 2015. What is it that has to happen to kind of break that free? What's been holding back the usage of these layer 2 solutions to increase scalability?
There was a couple, we did a deep dive back then on.
Okay, now that's not what I want to look at. I want to listen to Kathy Wood's response here. There are a couple telling responses from Kathy Wood and Jack Mallers from Strike. If you guys are not familiar with Strike, Strike basically allows Bitcoin to be used in an almost point of sale way, in a point of sale way, basically. I believe it's the basis of what Lolly uses to give you kind of like money back on Bitcoin. And if you're not familiar with Lolly, just let me know. I'll explain it in the chat. But here, I want to listen to what Kathy Wood says. It's really kind of telling here. We're going to just speed up to that.
That innovative. So I would agree with Brian in the sense is that, you know, I'm a big believer.
Oh, actually, we'll move a little bit back to Paul. Had some great information here.
In Ethereum Layer 2, just in the last, I'd say, like 3 to 6 months.
All right. So one thing to note is that we put a call out about 6 months to 8 months ago, and it was to try to do an innovation series on Lightning. And we went to some of the biggest project leads in Bitcoin and in Lightning, and we're asking for these projects to kind of reveal themselves, let us know what they're doing, some of the things. We did not get that many people coming back to us, and the ones that we got coming back to us were not really that innovative. So I would agree with Brian in the sense is that, you know, I'm a big believer is that any of these protocols could potentially go because at any given time, innovation could kick off. But right now, it does not appear that way. I want to go to this next clip with Kathy Wood. Listen to what she had to say.
There's this running narrative that Lightning won't scale. And I think they look at, oh, there's only this many nodes, or there's only this much capacity in the channels to do it.
We know that Jack Dorsey has, I think he's using Bitcoin as sort of his way to enter the emerging markets, right? But we don't hear a lot about it. I should say we're a shareholder of Block, but we don't, I'm always listening for it. First of all, analysts don't ask many questions about it. So is it having success in the emerging markets? Nobody's talking about it. Or in other markets, any markets.
They're investing a bit in Lightning infrastructure, so building a protocol implementation themselves, building a Lightning service provider, but they have not extended those products to the consumer quite yet. I mean, the tried and true business model so far in this industry is buying and selling Bitcoin. The next decade will probably be payment innovation, and I just think we're severely early, and it's reflective in the products Jack has brought to market. It's reflective in his decisions. Jack's innovation in Bitcoin and payments, you're making an investment in the Bitcoin network. And so the solution of the technology is only as valuable as a network in some respects. There is a correlation there. And so it's very difficult, right? Like my broader point is I just do think that it's going to take a little bit of time and some natural network effects and economies of scale for the network to grow, for Jack to have, or myself to have like immense disruptive business success.
So I didn't like what I heard from those guys right there. First of all, Jack was like pulling his ears, doing some things like, and Kathy kind of like backtracked. Bottom line, what it sounded like to me is they didn't feel like the Lightning Network was ready for payment as much as what was going on with the Ethereum Layer 2s. Let me know if that's the kind of feeling you guys got. Got the same feeling from Paul Barron when Paul was saying, you know, we put out this call for these Lightning guys, like to tell us what was happening in the Lightning Network, and we really didn't get anything back. And the stuff that we got back was, you know, people who weren't really doing anything innovative. Now, I sat and I thought about this, right? So basically what they're basically hinting to us is Ethereum and these layer 2s are ahead of Bitcoin when it comes to payments. Now, there are various other cryptos that I could tell you, like Caspa, like Radix or Radix. I'll always say their name wrong, but I'll go show you the name here so you know what I'm talking about, just in case. Radix, where their technology is way ahead of Ethereum layer 2s, way ahead. However, it's all about who you know and who you're working with. I forget how the saying goes. It's like, yeah, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That saying could never be more true. Okay, so even though it seems Ethereum layer 2s are ahead of Bitcoin and the Lightning Network when it comes to payment, I don't think it's a big concern like for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a storage of value. I think that's how it's going to be eventually. Yes, people will do innovations on the Lightning Network and it will catch up. But again, we've shown it on this network before, right? How countries like Bhutan were secretly mining Bitcoin, and we got things like MicroStrategy and so many different companies and countries in Bitcoin. I don't think that this is a worry for Bitcoin itself. Okay, just like I don't think this is saying like, okay, ETH is going to pass up Bitcoin one day or something like that. I don't think that that's the case. I think the only thing this tells us is that ETH layer 2s just might be ahead of Bitcoin in payment. Whatever, right? But as far as, is Bitcoin a bad investment? Is Bitcoin like trash and ETH is gold now? I really don't think that that's. I think that Bitcoin is still Bitcoin. Ethereum is still Ethereum. They just happen to be ahead in payments. That's the real thing to me at this point. Even though these people, they don't seem confident that the Lightning Network is going to get there, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's see if we have any more questions out there on this. But yeah, it did not really bode well for the Lightning Network based off of those three opinions that we just got there. Okay, we got a ton of questions here. 100%. 100%. Chris, that's exactly where I'm at with it. BlackRock's there. All these different institutional things are there. And I think that's the real big point that we need to get out of all of this. And that was going to be my second point, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But I'm right there. I'm right there with you, Chris. Okay, let's go up and see if we can get some of these questions. And then we'll get into the second part. What's up, Nitish? Sorry, I went to the wrong thing there. Helium just underwent their halving. Great gains made. Awesome. Awesome. How do you think Velodrome is going to do with all his optimism business? Probably very well. That's a good point out there, HBCU maker. Velodrome may be something that people would want to look at. It's Optimism's leading DeFi platform at the moment. Believe it has lending and a couple other things on it. They migrated contracts. But if we believe this to be Optimism's like Uniswap, it may have a lot more to go after this 13, right? Just being at 13 cents might be a very big bargain here. One nice tool to use for this is DeFi Llama. Let's bring that up right quick. Man, there we go. Can't type today, y'all. So if we just go here over to Optimism, it's right in our face here. We can see the top DeFi projects, and Velodrome is it. So, yeah, it seems like to be a really good play. It's beating the next highest thing by almost like 100 million. in total value locked, right? So with all this money flowing in to optimism, which you guys can see here, it's climbing. Might not be a bad play to look at Velodrome. And not a terrible fully diluted market cap. Only about like a little over 1.5 here. So not too bad. I just missed that, but I loaded up all my bags. Going to be a strong play for helium. Hello, can you explain Lolly when you get a chance? Okay, so Lolly, if you guys are not familiar with it, is basically a way you can get Bitcoin back for doing regular purchases. I know they have a Lolly app on my iPhone. I'm pretty sure they have Lolly apps for Android as well. And it's basically kind of like the gas card principle, right? Like, or more like Amazon affiliates, right? If you go and use somebody's website link or whatever as an Amazon affiliate, they get a little bit of money back for you using their link or whatever. So in this case, buying things that you would normally buy at Costco, at CVS, at Chevron, you get a little bit of money back by going through Lolly. I use it almost every day to get a couple percentage points back in Bitcoin and start stacking it up. So you see here they mentioned Costco, they mentioned CVS, they mentioned Chevron, they mentioned Finish Line. I know also they have Walmart, they have Dunkin' Donuts. So yeah, up to 30% back from over 25K top stores, Staples, Sephora, Lowe's, Chewy, StubHub. It just goes on, right? Nike, eBay. You just link your card on your app, and you get that money back, and you earn sats. So a very, very cool thing for something that you're going to do anyway, but now you're actually getting sats back for doing it. Okay. So definitely grab the Lolly app if you haven't already. I know, shout out to Jump Out Girls. I believe they mentioned this on their show here on Gentlemen of Crypto. Shout out to them. Definitely check out their show on Gentlemen of Crypto. My guy Brunswick, we talk a lot. He mentioned this to me, so I've been using it ever since he mentioned it to me. But yeah, Lolly's a good way to earn like quote unquote free sats, and it's not a scam. So, what's up, Richard Judge? Check out Richard's channel too. My guy's been following me since my Benzinga show, three or something years ago. How can you get on base? So the article mentions it here. What's up, my crypto space UK? If we check out, where is that article? Okay, here it is. So you can bridge your ETH over there right now. Not sure why this article is being choppy. Let's see. I'm going to close up a couple things here. Okay. It should be better. Okay, they mentioned here somewhere that some people are already on base and they're bridging from somewhere. Okay, it's now possible to bridge or fund ETH on base, which Coinbase wallet makes simple. So, okay, the X, formerly Twitter, account for Coinbase wallet noted it's already possible to fund either on base. It's already possible to fund Ether on base even before the live network is open to the public. So I guess you can already do it using the Coinbase wallet. You can always already fund your Ether, even though it's not open to the public yet. So fund your wallet on base. So okay, I guess with your Coinbase wallet, you can already fund ETH onto base. So, and this is another thing. Like, I think layer twos, of course, layer twos are huge, right? But the conspiracy in me, the conspiracy guy in me, makes me feel like, okay, you're just taking your money out of ETH, right? Hold on a second here. So, um, like that's why I kind of view, even though short term there might be something with optimism, I kind of view Coinbase and Ethereum as the better plays. So, and that things like these layer twos are really just almost derivatives, if you will. Let me know what you guys think about that. Coinbase has a user base and they're already introducing users to Base Wallet. Yep. For me, this is sorry. For me, this is why it's a biggie. I'm surprised Coinbase is being allowed to proceed. Yeah, I feel you. I feel like that's yeah, it does sound a lot like Facebook DM, but DM could be used more like Twitter can right now. Twitter could literally be used as like a payment app right now. I could send a remittance payment to my buddy via his Twitter profile or whatever. Same with Coinbase, with Facebook. So that's why I think they didn't allow Facebook to do it, because you could directly kind of do that at a la like a Twitter. Coinbase, I don't think users have that much connectivity between another user. But Twitter does. Twitter definitely does. That's why Dogecoin might be something to just prospect on just a little bit. So yeah, here we go. Here we go. This gets into the next point here with Ethereum. Okay. So Ethereum ETF applications have now been put in, and we could kind of see like we can kind of see the writing on the wall for this occurring already, because we know it's already happened with Bitcoin. Okay. Um, so this article here from Cointelegraph, ETH applications flood the SEC as ProShares files the 11th. And I have another article here. I put the link to these articles, by the way, in the Telegram. Feel free to join the Telegram. The links are in the description there. These are high profile applications currently in play. So let's see who we got down here. Volatility shares, Bitwise, Roundhill's a huge one. Van Eck, huge. ProShares, of course. Grayscale, Direction, they're huge too. They have a lot of oil ETFs. Bitwise, ProShares again. Okay. Surprised. I don't see like BlackRock here. So again, we know too here that BlackRock has a connection to Coinbase, and BlackRock also has a connection to the WEF, and that JP Morgan has a connection to the WEF, and that JP Morgan also are the money men behind Ethereum. So it makes sense that Coinbase is going to do a layer 2 on Ethereum because that fits the whole World Economic Forum plan, right? JP Morgan, money man behind Ethereum, JP Morgan and BlackRock are butt buddies. So that just stays right in that same vein, right? Not to say that there aren't big coins for big plans for Bitcoin too, because we got the micro strategies, the strikes, the block, right? Square with their whole things on Bitcoin too, right? So it doesn't need to be one or the other, right? Because again, some companies are investing in both. And I think we need, as investors, need to say the same thing. Hey, we're just going to invest in both. We don't need to just choose one, right? BNB is probably going to be fine. Did you realize the SEC has a meeting on August 9th as well? Ooh, good stuff there, Chris. Did not know that the SEC has a meeting on August 9th. But again, like the SEC to me, again, is kind of a little smoke and mirrors because to me, BlackRock basically plays the SEC's bills, right? We know that no matter who the presidential candidate is, they always have a member of BlackRock on the U.S. Treasury, right? And what has I think there's like a Meyer Rothschild quote where it's like he says, "It doesn't matter to me who makes the laws as long as I control the currency." Let me see if I can find that. I can't find it. We won't look for it, but yeah, so BlackRock's controlling the U.S. Treasury. Who cares which president it is or which SEC this guy it is? It all leads back to BlackRock at the end of the day. Off subject, but definitely a connection between Solana, Nokia, Helium, and Wing worldwide, IoT network, and decentralized physical infrastructure network. For sure. And we know Solana, Helium, and T-Mobile had a whole thing going. Nokia is definitely huge on a whole Internet of Things thing and 5G, right? Those are also really good plays that you could look into, especially if you're looking kind of too on the stock side. There's still big things like Nokia that are really big in the 5G-ish type space. So yeah, Internet of Things is also going to be really big connected into the metaverse, because the more we have Internet of Things, the more we have these like Apple snow glasses on, or like, Internet of Things, like the Apple Watch and all of this, where we can be connected to the net, and we can actually have crypto or a blockchain connected to our phones, a la the Solana phone, the Ethereum phone, the Polygon phone. Easier it is to us to connect to the metaverse. So, Internet of Things will be essential for the metaverse to make its way into mainstream. So that's something definitely to keep in the back of your head there, for sure. FYI, folks, you have to be very careful to press the Lolly app button anytime you're about to utilize these retailers connected to your Lolly account. If you don't, you get fewer Satoshis. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you for letting me know that, bro. Or for reminding me about that. Yeah. So, yeah, the way Lolly works is you have to say, you have to press on it before, like, so say I'm going to Costco or whatever. I'm going to press on Costco I'm going to activate it to get my 2% back, and you get your 2% back. I've also seen that if you like do it like after you came out of the store, it's still okay, but I will still suggest to do it before you go make your charges or whatever at that store. But thank you for reminding me about that, Riviera Group. I appreciate that. It's good to tell everybody. Yes, you must press on the button to get your sats, or otherwise you don't get them. Or like they'll give you they'll say, "Oh, I noticed you went here and you didn't press the button. We'll give you 50, but next time press the button because you get 1,000 stats instead, or 3,000 sats instead." So you can reach base through Orbiter Finances as well. Thanks, Courtney Johnson, for that. Basically, even though you have your credit card or debit card connected to your Lolly account, your token rewards are not automatic unless you activate. Yep, 100%. Thanks, bro. What's up, Casper Holstein? Best at JP Morgan quote. Oh, yeah, well, JP Morgan has a couple quotes too. Like, I don't want a society of smart people. I want a society of workers. He's quoted as saying. So, yeah, it's a wonder that we look at like those type of people, and we look at like, okay, also I think that might have been Rockefeller who said that. Actually, I don't want a society of smart people. I want a society of workers, because Rockefeller is the one who he kind of created our whole education system. So think about that. That he said he doesn't want a society of smart people. He wants a society of workers, and what our education system is today, right? With standardized tests and stuff like that, you're not really taught to critically think. You're really taught to come up with what someone deems as the right answer. Okay. So that's a lot of why I say conspiracy is not conspiracy. It's just what someone says is the wrong answer. Think about that. Just think about that. Okay. No. Like, that's not the right answer. This is the right answer. Okay. And everything else, that's conspiracy theory. But I probably said too much. Yeah. But yeah, keep those questions coming. So we can see here, and just to kind of expound more on that Bitcoin point, Ukraine, the US, huge with Bitcoin, right? And this doesn't show how much China and Russia have, and China has a lot of Bitcoin. Okay. So really, Bitcoin's purpose is going to be really just store of value. And remember, I told you guys, like, showed you guys Bhutan. They have been mining Bitcoin since it was $5,000. Nobody knew, and we didn't know until they chose to expand their hydropower mining operation. Okay, so all of these companies are not just doing this for nothing, right? And I think that's what. And Jack Mahler said it really nervously, but he said, hey, Bitcoin's still the best store of value out here, right? But as far as what Jack Dorsey and me, Jack Mahler's is doing, as far as what we're doing, it's still it's still the best store of value out there, even though it's lagging behind as far as a payment system goes. That was what he was alluding to there. But still, we have companies like The Block, MicroStrategy, Mara, Tesla, Coinbase. List goes on, right? And then countries like Bhutan, which probably isn't even on here, even though it had a lot, just nobody knew. Yeah, see, Bhutan's not even on here. We don't know how many different countries might have been secretly mining Bitcoin, right? So everybody likes to mention El Salvador because that's the one that they throw in your face, but the U.S. and the Ukraine have tons more than El Salvador, right? Just saying. And here we have Grayscale. That's a huge amount. So, and you throw into that BlackRock, you're gonna be thrown into that BlackRock and others. It's gonna be crazy, man. And again, let me just pull this article up one more time. Probably should be referenced every show so people just know. In case there are any new people. BIS, central banks to buy crypto in 2025. They word this in such a tricky manner, and it just doesn't need to be worded that way. But here it is. The new standard limits crypto reserves among banks to 2%, goes into effect January 1st, 2025. There's so many occult references, and occult just means hidden, to January 1st, 1/1/2025. Just specifically the 1/1. But we won't get into that. Maybe I'll get into that on my crypto and conspiracy shows. But there's just so much other stuff going on in the background here with all of this stuff that we can't even mention. But hey, there we go. But yeah, I don't see any other questions here. So definitely feel free to join the Telegram, guys. Nice little short show today. Great information. I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. Thanks so much, guys, for coming out. Have a really, really blessed Saturday. I'm out, guys. Peace.